What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray, and let's talk about big robots. Now we get to one of the oldest anime genres in the book, guys. Mecha Anime. For the beginner, mecha anime just means involving robots. This can fall into two categories, super robot or real robot. And this all boils down to physics. Like, do you go out with a robot and you gotta put gas in it or whatever, or does the robot run on friendship or something? There's not a whole lot to mecha anime. It's just simple and enjoyable, but comes in so many varieties in that simplicity that you're gonna find something that's good. 5 different subgenres exist within this style of anime. You got Piloted, which covers Gundam and Tenga, Toppa, Gurren, Lagen. We'll get to those later. Just know, Piloted is probably most people's favorite. You then have Sentient, which most notably houses Transformers, robots in disguise. We all know Sentient. We've seen it. We've watched every Michael Bay movie there is in. I ain't watched all of them, but most people have seen this. This is a very easy entry point for all of you to join in. Remote controlled, which is very, very unique and not used a whole lot. The only instance I've seen of it is a manga entitled Giant Robo, and that's kind of it. I mean, Control Robo isn't like as fun as you think it is. I mean, have you ever played Sock'em Rock'em Robot? You probably didn't play too long. Next is, well, another one that's notably led by the Transformers, which is Transforming. I don't know where else you're gonna go there, guys. I mean, like it's in the name of the subgenre. Transformers. Disguise. Lastly is the subgenre of Wearable, which is in an anime called Active Raid. It's kind of like, you wear the robotics. I low-key would kind of also consider Megalobox a bit of this, just because they're wearing these augmented boxing gloves that are mechanical kind of thing. So I'd also include that under the Wearable distinction, but kind of splitting hairs. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, why should you watch mecha anime? Well, for starters, it's giant robots, meaning there's going to be a lot of firepower, great fights, big, huge destruction, probably space travel. It literally takes you just about anywhere. Mecha anime has been some of the foundations for some of the greatest and most life-changing animes there are. Neon Genesis Evangelion is one of the animes that sparks so many conversations amongst people about what was its true meaning, what is it trying to say, the feelings attached, the psychological things. They even use a lot of slice of life in it, but the main gimmick of everything is the mechs. Gundam Wing is one of the animes that just has spanned throughout the generations, that has seen so many iterations that you're probably gonna have different eras of favorites. I mean, we all don't like the little Gundams that were on Cartoon Network, or I'm not gonna say all of us, but maybe you like it. I did not. Mecha animes are packed full of action. They're one of the best conduits for a story writer to kind of build the world and build your part in it. It's one of the few genres of anime that you've seen without knowing that you've seen it, and seen it in live action, as I mentioned before. Transformers is a huge cultural phenomenon that is still relevant today. In terms of popularity, I would consider mecha anime to be up there close to shonen, if not, sometimes bigger. So if you're looking for something that's gonna get you out of your seat, that can also be heartwarming, or can just be about full-blown slaughter, mecha anime is your pick. So maybe you're excited and now you want some suggestions on what you think you should watch. Let's get right to it. I always start with my number one, and number one is going to be Gundam Wing. It's my favorite of the Gundam series. I feel like it encapsulates war and kids fighting in it's a soap opera. It's just that. And, hero! It haunts my nightmares sometimes, but it's my favorite because the characters are great, the mechs are varying in their uses, these kids are kids, and they juxtapose that with war and all the kinds of things that are going on. It's a lot of what I think is gonna happen when we, start building hotels in space. My second pick for you is Tenga Toppa Gurren Lagen, or Gurren Lagen for short. Look, I want to give y'all a piece of the story, but Gurren Lagen is one of those animes you just have to experience. The most I'll tell you about Gurren Lagen is that people have been forced to live underground, and that's gotta stop. So watch it and experience the glory of a very well-crafted anime. Last but not least, I will give you Darling in the Franxx, where these kids are raised to, well, fight in these mechs against things that they don't quite understand, with the hope that one day they'll get to be grown-ups. It's an anime that takes into account adolescence and what happens as grown-ups and our desires with science and so many other things. It's really good. The battle scenes are amazing. The relationships and the characters are built very well. Anyway, there's not a lot to Mecha Anime, but it's a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, and hitting that bell icon so you can be notified for every time that we drop a video at Gray Area Anime. If you're looking for more explanation on genres, make sure you check out the genre series playlist over here. Until next time, peace.
Ah!